Hello and welcome to the Alumni Memorial Fieldhouse. He's John Nicoli, I'm Adam Plager, and this afternoon it's the series finale against the number 3 Adrian College Bulldogs. Let's first relive what happened last night in the Forest. It was Lake Forest off to a hot start, and the power play was clicking 3 for 3 in the first period. Adrian uncharacteristically undisciplined early on, including a 5-minute major to tie ends. He's not available tonight. He also received a suspension. Have to take advantage of those things. This team is very short-handed. Hello and welcome to the Alumni Memorial Fieldhouse. He's John Nicoli. I'm Adam Plager. You might be wondering why we're wearing the cowboy hats. It's a Fanatic event night here in the Forest. It's hot cocoa and cowboy themed tonight. We're rocking the cowboy hats here tonight, John. He's Chris Zarnick. I'm Adam Plager. It's been 50 days since the Foresters last skated on home ice. The Foresters welcome in Concordia, Wisconsin Falcons. It's game 2 of the border battle. Last night, a great start for Lake Forest. 7 goals. Let's talk about the offense, Chris. How important is it to get the offense driving the way it did last night? Griffin Sanum sent the Forest into a frenzy in overtime. Guess who was with them on that rush? None other than Colin Bella. Let's ring the bell one more time, would you please? This kid has been absolutely electric. 4 points last game for the Foresters. This kid has been off the charts for this team. He is a first-year player from Norwalk, Connecticut, and he leads the team in points. 22 points now, 13 goals, 9 assists. This kid has really done everything and more. 6 tallies on the power play. He's had a dynamic presence. Well, Foresters have taken the ice, and for a team to be as good as they are, it all starts in the net. And Nick Winsek has been everything and more since the calendar has flipped to 2023. 5-2-1 record. He has absolutely just changed his game, his presence in the net, the senior from Eden Prairie. But we talked about it earlier, who's on a roll for the Foresters. Abby Meyer with an unbelievable goal. Now has 5 points in her last 5 games, and she has been red hot offensively. 6 goals, 9 assists, 15 points for Abby Meyer. She leads all defenders statistically on the offensive side of things, as well as 28 block shots. She's doing it at both ends of the ice. Welcome back to the Alumni Memorial Fieldhouse as we get you set for the Foresters and the Adrian College Bulldogs as we move ahead on our pregame coverage. How about we talk about the senior, Sammy Shoebottom? She's in a groove right now, certainly feeling good. 6 points now in her last 4 games. She leads the points in all statistical categories. John, she's been everything and more for this team offensively. Well, goaltending has been exceptional for the Foresters, and it's Hannah Turnage who's going to be in the net tonight for the Foresters. She's been electric. 39 saves on 42 shots. She's been so good for this team when they've needed her. You couldn't ask for a better goaltender. In my mind, the best goaltender in this conference. Foresters are going to need her again tonight, Chris. First period intermission report. Adam Plager alongside John Nicoli. Excellent start for this hockey team in the first period. This power play has been electric. We've briefly mentioned how good the power play's been. Let's take a look exactly how good it's been. First one is going to be Jared Gerger, who's going to come down the backside and get just a tape-to-tape pass. Beautifully finishes the job. That time Foresters were off and running. Nice job setting up in the zone. Second power play here. This will be a Colin Bella goal. Just having that mindset of just wanting to shoot pucks. He does exactly that. Takes a Forester bounce. It's into the back of the net. And it's a 2-0 lead for Lake Forest. Foresters again on the power play on the 5-minute major. And this time it's Justin Ross who cuts down the backside. A beautiful finish that time for the first-year skater. So now 2 goals by a couple of freshmen on this Forester power play. They've been dynamite all season, and they've been clutch when the teams needed it most tonight. Well, let's take a look at how things unfolded in that second period. That first one there, just an unfortunate play by Lake Forest. And then, again, Marion is going to counter here, and they're going to beat Lake Forest to the front of the net. That's Cahill who got beat on that back check, and Marion makes the Foresters pay that time. They stretch that game out 4-2, and then 4-on-4 we go, and Jared Gerger answers for Lake Forest. This kid has had some timely goals in his career as a Forester. That's what you want coming out of the timeout. The Foresters have done a lot of good things after the timeout. Pretty similar to what we saw last season on senior night. Hopefully we have an equalizer in store, but it's going to take consistency up and down this lineup.
Yeah, Adam, it almost seems fitting that it's Cowboy night. It feels like the Wild West out here. The Foresters coming out strong. They're going to need a full 20 minutes of fast-paced, up-tempo hockey that we saw in the first full 20 minutes, and then sort of towards the end, after that Coach O'Malley timeout. Foresters are going to have to come out flying. They're going to have to match the physicality of these Sabres, and it's going to be a battle if they want to come out of here with a W.
Scotty Nicholson talked about engaging the battle. They need to engage in the battle right now, these 20 minutes. This is the final home game of the regular season. You want to go out on a high note, but it's got to be consistent up and down the lineup. You got to take care of the puck, and you have to have numbers back on the back check. Those 2 goals we saw, John, in that second period, or the 3, were all puck battles in tight on Nick Winsek. Marion outworked them a couple of times. They got rewarded. Foresters outworked them in their offensive zone. They get rewarded. You have got to put the foot on the gas, and you can't let up. Foresters looking to stage a comeback. It would be their biggest one yet this season. They've certainly had some thrillers in the Forest. John, what have you seen through the first 40 minutes? Welcome back to the Alumni Memorial Fieldhouse. Foresters up 6 after 40 minutes in Braxton. It's been the forecheck in this game. They've done a good job hunting pucks down and taking advantage of a tired, trying team. They are shorthanded. Roster-wise, Foresters have done a good job being unrelenting on the forecheck. Welcome back to the Alumni Memorial Fieldhouse. First period intermission report here in the Forest. Just 1 goal in that first period. Chances at both ends of the ice. We saw the physicality really start to pick up in that period, Chris. But the lone goal in the first period belongs to the conclusion. We'll rewind that one for you as this play will develop here. It starts in the Forester offensive zone, and then Foresters get caught flat-footed, and Natalie Mackrell gets a chance all alone on the breakaway against Turnage. Slips it 5-hole. That's the difference right now. Concordia has the lead, 1-0, Chris. Takeaways from you, though, after the first 20 minutes. The Bulldogs did almost everything perfect in that second period. Just that typical road period, getting to pucks first and then quickly trying to transition the game. They didn't spend a lot of time defending in their own zone. There's some surges throughout that period, but a lot of the play was in the Forester zone and some turnovers too in the defensive zone. You got to clean that up, especially in this third period. Absolutely, Chris. You have to like the push late by the Foresters. They had some opportunities against Annalena Van Erke, and it was the top line getting their feet moving on the forward check. Foresters gain success in this game and against Concordia when they get their feet moving and they play with some pace. And they've talked so much all season about the pace they can play with and how quick they can be. Got to get into the passing lanes quick, close down lanes on the Falcons. We saw that on numerous occasions when the Foresters got aggressive and they were playing with their toe caps facing north. They created opportunities. Saw it late. Mercer DeBauer, a couple of chances. That one doesn't go in, but it has to be that same consistent effort from line 1 through line 4, and all 6 of your defenders all period long here. Foresters are going to have the long change now. You have got to be smart, know who you're taking here, and you also need to make sure when you're making changes, you look behind you. Concordia, so often, they want to fly from their defensive zone, and they want to rim the puck out, and they want to beat the weak side D. They want to create outnumbered attacks in that fashion. Have to recognize that, and you need a third forward back to help out. Foresters are great when they're aggressive, but they can only do that when they have structured support behind them. Let's talk about your game. Over 40 saves in this game. You were busy in the net. Had to kill off a 5-minute major in this game. Also faced a penalty shot. What can you just kind of say about your game today?
Oh, just always keep it not too high, not too low. Always focus on the next shot. That's what I do.
Joined now by the overtime hero, Sammy Shoebottom. We'll start with senior day first. How special was it for you to play in front of all your family?
Yeah, it was awesome. Definitely the ceremony before the game started was very special. It's definitely been something that I've been looking forward to for a long time.
Joined now by the overtime hero, Griffin Sanum. Let's just first talk about the energy in the building. What was it like on alumni night?
Yeah, it's special. The alumni come and watch us, and it shows the brotherhood that we have here.
Last question here. How do you take this momentum into next weekend?
That's a statement win, right? I mean, they're defending champs. We know we can play with anybody in this league and outside of our league, so we're going to carry this momentum into next weekend and, carry it out through the rest of the year and hopefully into playoffs.
Mateus, congrats on the win and best of luck.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it.